All right, guys, so a little bit different style video for this time around. This is going to be more of a vlog, and this vlog is my Christmas present to my brother, which is kind of a surprise. It is the day after Christmas, and I had to wait for him to go out of town. Reason being, we're going to be doing some ninja style upgrading to his gaming PC. I built his gaming PC about 2 years ago. It has a i5-6600K, which is only a quad core with no hyper-threading. And that's becoming a problem not only in some of the newer games, but he has also started streaming quite heavily. And that CPU has become a huge bottleneck. His system also only has about 8 gigs of RAM, which a lot of the games that came out this year are kind of starting to use like 9 to 12 gigs to even more than that sometimes. So that's also becoming a problem. So we needed to get him something that was going to be a lot better for his use case. And we were looking at the i9-9900K because there's really no point looking at any less than 8 cores at this point. But Intel has got that thing priced at $580, which is just absolutely absurd. And there's no reason to do that whenever you can get something like a 2700X for $269. I got this for $269 on Newegg on a Cyber Monday sale. And these things are beasts at multitasking and really, really good for streaming. So we're rocking one of those. We also are going to be using a ROG Strix B450 board. These have really, really hot VRMs because they've got this giant plastic cover over the heatsink that's right there. But we're going to have lots and lots of airflow in this case because we're also using the new NZXT H500i. So between the RAM, the CPU, the board, and the case, this is going to be one hell of a surprise for him. He is only expecting to get a RAM upgrade because that's the only present I let him unwrap before he left. And I told him that I was, whenever he was gone, I was just going to go into his machine and just install the additional RAM. He has no idea that any of this is going to happen. And I can't wait to see the reaction on his face whenever he's got this new mega streaming machine. So I'm going to load all the stuff up in the truck, and then I need to drive over to his house, and I will see you there. All right, guys, I am here. My brother's gaming setup is right behind me. And I want to show you something real quick. This is going to make some of y'all cringe, but look at the dust buildup on the front intakes. And I'm not even going to show you what the 360 millimeter radiator that is part of the built-in cooler in that case looks like. If you're the type of user that doesn't do a lot of dusting and cleaning and maintenance, then do not get any type of closed loop cooler because the fin stacks on those things are so dense that they get clogged up with dust even faster than like your intakes and stuff do. And I wouldn't be surprised if part of my brother's problem when it came to performance was made even worse because more than likely his processor was constantly thermal throttling because his radiator is just a dust blanket. I'm sure there was no air getting through that at all. And that was one of the big factors when it came to how I was going to design his new computer because he just doesn't do maintenance like that. He hasn't cleaned that thing in 2 years. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the stock cooler that came with the 2700X. Yes, there is some performance loss with using the stock cooler, but for a stock cooler, it is a really, really good cooler. And they don't really get packed full of dust as quickly as some of the other coolers out there on the market. So we're going to be using that. I was also going to bring all of the new parts over here and do the swap, but you know how it goes. Sometimes you need adapters and screws and other things like that. And those are all things I had back at my place. So I'm going to unhook his tower, take it back to my house, and I'm going to get started. All right, so I'm about halfway through. I have the old PC completely torn down. One of the issues I am having though is that the old PC has 2 Western Digital 500 gig blues that are in RAID 0. And we're trying to get away from RAID because remember, I'm trying to make this computer as dependable as possible, but we're also on a tight budget. Now, ideally, I would have like a 1 terabyte SSD to put in there, but that's just not really an option right now. We spent all of our money on the board processor in case. So what I do have on hand though is a single 1 TB Western Digital Black. So I'm going to be putting that inside of the machine. And by Western Digital Black, it is one of the old school mechanical drives. It's not like a 1 TB Black M.2 or anything like that, but I have some of these hanging around, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw that in there. This is the progress so far. We have his 840 Evo and his power supply kind of loosely wired up right now. Getting ready to install the motherboard and the CPU, and then hopefully we can get this thing powered on, and that Windows won't be throw too big of a fit going from the i5 setup to the Ryzen setup. I know I'm gonna have to tweak with some drivers and do that type of stuff, but hopefully that won't take too long. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. All right, guys, so I have the old machine completely torn down. I made the mistake of wearing a black shirt, so now I'm absolutely covered in dust. But we are, I'd say, about a quarter of the way through the transplant so far. I forgot how much I hate building inside of that deep cool case. I absolutely hate that thing. And honestly, I'm really not too impressed with the H500i right now. I'm not really liking how the sleds for the 2.5-inch drives mount in the back. They kind of just like pop in and out, and I just don't like that. It feels really cheap. And I'm also a little bit worried about the intake airflow. It doesn't really seem like there's going to be a whole lot. In fact, the intakes only come through this mesh right here, but hopefully that will be enough. We're not putting like some crazy fans or anything in there, but I'm going to mount the board, gonna mount the CPU, and hopefully we'll be up and running here before too long. All right, the motherboard is mounted, and if you can't tell already, we're going with a very like black, gray, kind of monochromatic theme. The board itself looks great. I believe the only section which is actually lit by RGB LED is the ROG eye right up here. For our RAM, we are going with 16 gigs up from the 8 that we had. This is a 3200 megahertz kit, has a CAS latency of 16, and it runs at a 1838, I believe. Made by the guys over at Team Group. They have made a lot of kits that are very, very Ryzen friendly. I think that kit is really going to fit this build really well. I still have to mount the CPU, mount the cooler, run all the wires, do some cable management, and we're definitely gonna need some intake fans. The H500 only came with a top and rear exhaust, so we are going to get that taken care of as well. I have like a 54-gallon tote just full of different fans, so I have to go see what I have. But I would say I probably got another couple hours to make this all neat and tidy, and hopefully we will be ready to power it on. I'm going to hope that it at least posts. Probably should have done that before I started mounting hardware, but I was really excited to get this one done, and like I said, I am on a time crunch. The machine has successfully posted, so that's always good. Looking like a unicorn machine over here right now, but we'll get that taken care of. So got a little bit more work to do on the cable management. Did end up putting 2 120 millimeter fans for intakes. That does not come with the case, but this machine's definitely going to need it. We got some horsepower in here with that 2700X. It's going to be putting off some heat. Those fans really aren't anything special. I actually think those were fans that came out of a NZXT S340 that I just kind of had laying around. So go ahead. All right, there's some stuff that I'm going to need to tweak inside of here. It is 11 o'clock at night. I am finally done. Ran into a few issues with one of the RAM sticks not being detected. Ran into an issue with some of the lighting, but was able to get that fixed as well. You'll notice there is a teal pink and purple theme going on behind me. As well as a really nice glare from the tempered glass side panel. My brother is just expecting to pick up his old machine after getting a 8 gig to 16 gig RAM upgrade. I don't think he's expecting to pick up a monster streaming machine. He's going to absolutely love this thing. I am very excited to give it to him. He's going to be coming over to my house after I get off of work tomorrow, so I will be sure to film him whenever he's coming into the room and he's expecting to pick up his old tower. It should be pretty funny. I have a few tests that are going to run on this thing overnight to make sure that we are 100% rock solid stable, and then it will be ready for him tomorrow. Just got the text from my brother. He is on his way over. He should be here in about 5 minutes. I'm going to wipe my fingerprints off that tempered glass, and yeah, he'll be here soon.
Oh. Whoa. Wait a minute. What is this?
That's your new computer.
This is a new computer.
That is your new computer. Merry Christmas. It's got all the streaming horsepower that you need.
Okay, what happened to just RAM? You bastard.
Well,
is that on?
Yes.
Are you filming me?
Yes, I am.
You ever? Dude, what happened? What is this?
That is all the streaming horsepower that you need.
What?
And it is turquoise, purple, and pink, just like your channel.
It looks incredible. The lighting is amazing. Okay, so we did more than just RAM.
Yes.
Because you're a jerk.
Yes.
And you told me it was just RAM.
Yes.
So what did we do here? What am I looking at?
You are looking at a completely new board. That is the Asus. That is the Asus Strix B450. You are also running one of the 2700Xs, which is one of the Ryzen chips. You have about 4 times the CPU power that you had before. So now you can play whatever game you want. You can stream it. You can do anything that you want like that. We also did some upgrades to your SSD that your operating system was on. I also upgraded your storage. So that's done. And we got you a case that's going to be able to properly cool this stuff as well. That is going to require less maintenance than the one that you had before, because I noticed maintenance is not really your thing.
No water cooling?
No.
Okay.
Because your computer is going to be several hours away from me. So if something did happen, I need to make sure that it's something that, I'm going to be able to walk you through.
Yeah. This thing looks so slick.
So it's all set up. It's ready to be put to work. So you should take this thing home and you should go for a test stream, hopefully tonight.
Yeah.
Just to see how everything works out. Yeah.
Dude. Do I even want to ask how this came together, or
don't worry about that.
Do I not want to ask? Okay.
You don't want to ask.
Was drug money used?
Drug money was not used.
Wow.
Although using some of your old hardware to pay for the upgrades was used.
Well, good. I hope so. That's good. I mean, I would hope that whatever you took out, you can sell for, whatever. This is incredible. This is amazing, man. Mom, Dad, Taylor, Cody, anyone else, Adam, anyone else who knew, thank you so much for this amazing upgrade here. The whole thing looks incredible. It's very sleek. I like all the upgrades that were in there. This is going to be a tremendous upgrade for my stream. And, I already had some big plans for 2019, and this is just going to be, this was the biggest upgrade possible here. I was completely surprised. I thought it was just a simple RAM upgrade, and I came in and this whole thing is on another level. Cody just walked me through everything, showed me all the upgraded stuff from the motherboard, all of it. It looks good. It's going to run great, and I'm so excited. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.